My name is Paul Woolover. I'm the owner of Pinellas Power Products. This is the installation instruction video for the wireless remote shutoff for the Yamaha EF2000 generator. Here's the kit. It comes with a real short description. It'll have a flash drive / bottle opener in it, and this will contain a copy of the installation instruction video for the Yamaha 2400, Yamaha 2000, and Yamaha 1000. Just make sure that you open the correct video package for the generator you're working on. So if you've got an EF20 or 2000, make sure that you open the video package for the Yamaha 2000. The kit has in it the remote control transmitter. Obviously that has the button that you press to shut it off. The remote control unit itself. A battery pack, and this is what's going to be used to power up the radio module. This battery pack is quite simply a portable cell phone charger. You'll notice that there are no batteries, or excuse me, no buttons on this one. Some of the cell phone chargers, or portable cell phone chargers, have a button that you hit on them, because once they're fully charged and you disconnect the charge cable from it, they'll wait for 30 seconds or a minute or something and go into standby mode or power saver mode. If you do get a replacement battery, do not get one with the button on it, because when your unit is in standby, the battery pack will shut down and you have to walk over and press the button on the battery pack before you can use your remote control. So that's not useful at all. Let me show you a couple of different battery packs that are available. This one from Pilot Electronics, again, it has no button to reset, so that makes that a good one. Or the Pocket Juice, no reset button, which makes it a good one. Or you can order these from me online, and they are also definitely compatible with the kit. Next thing you'll have is a portable wall charger, or excuse me, a wall charger. So the first step to installing the kit is to unwind the cable that comes with it. Plug one end into the wall charger. Plug the wall charger into an outlet. And plug the battery pack in for charging. The battery packs take between 6 and 8 hours to fully charge. A little bit about the wall chargers. I'm sending out LG wall chargers with my kit of a low power setting. They're 5 volts, same as all the others, but these are 85 milliamp instead of 1.2 amp or a 2 amp version. I read on the internet that some of the 2 amp versions were having problems with overheating the battery packs and starting fires. I do not know if it's true or not. I have no idea. The bottom line is, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, so I'm using the low power settings because I anticipate people plugging it in overnight, letting it fully charge, and then using it to camp, or leaving it plugged in while it's installed in the generator, and I'll get onto that a little later. The kit also has 2 connector tabs, and this allows you to hook the remote module into the Yamaha generator. And then it has a bunch of zip ties, about a half a dozen small ones and 2 large ones. And those are for tidying up the work area. Actually, on the Yamaha 2000 watt, you'll have no use for the zip ties, so you can use them for some other project. They are used in the 2400 kit, but they're going to come with it, and you can either use them on something else or whatever. Installation of the kit is pretty straightforward and simple. There are 5 Phillips head screws that hold the front panel onto the generator. Set these screws aside and then remove the fuel selector knob. Make sure that you notice which position the fuel selector knob is in. When you take it off, it'll be easier to reassemble it. So if we shut the fuel selector knob to the off position and then remove the Phillips head screw, now you can pull the panel out. There are two switches. One is the start-stop switch, the other is the economy mode switch. We're going to unplug the plug that goes on the back of the start-stop switch. And that's where these tabs are used. We'll put one tab on this, the other tab here. So now we can plug the stock harness in to one set, and we can plug our radio module into the other set. Now you'll remove the front panel, and it's held on with 4 screws. The white cord is the power cord, and if you look at the bottom of the EU2000, you'll see that there's a small hole in the bottom of the electronic area that you can feed a wire through, and it'll come out right here at the bottom. So let me go ahead and feed this wire through. And there you have it. That's your power wire. Take the 2 brown wires and plug one in to each of the open spades that are now on the back of your start-stop switch. And these are going to be a tight fit. They are not going to fall off accidentally. In fact, you're going to have a little bit of a challenge plugging them on. It's that tight. So they'll go on like this. Once you're done, make sure that you've got enough of the power wire set up into place. I'm going to take one of the zip ties and just tie the radio module against these wires. It's not necessary, because once you get that all screwed back into place, it's going to be held in place anyway. But you do have plenty of tie wraps, so you might as well use some of them. It'll make me feel better about including them in the kit instead of getting them thrown away. Okay. Now you'll notice that where the fuel selector knob goes in, you'll want to tuck the wires around the outside edge of this. That's where the fuel selector knob goes in, right through here. Make sure everything seats down firmly. If it seats firmly and you can see the plastic through each of the screw holes, that means you're not going to have a wire pinched when you put the screws back into place. I'll get that in a minute. As you remember, the fuel selector valve was in the off position when we took it apart. Okay. Now we'll take the battery pack, which I've actually had charged up before I started shooting the video. Plug the radio module into the battery pack. The battery pack will tuck right into here. You'll notice that the cover has a large foam padding in it. Leave that foam padding there, and that will continue to hold the battery pack in place. So the battery pack now has foam behind it and foam in front of it. It's sandwiched in place. You can either bolt the cover on and put the 4 screws in place, and then unbolt the cover and charge the battery up at your home before you go camping, or if you're going to be using this in a small motorhome or as an APU in a semi-truck or something, you can leave the battery hooked up all the time to a charger so that it stays charged. You notice that the bottom 4 holes are taller than the other vent holes. So you plug it into one of the 4 bottom holes, you got your radio module and the charge cord plugged in at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and gather up this cord simply because I do have the tie wraps that'll make this easier. You'll tuck the wiring into the place right here in the slot. It'll be held in place by the foam. As I stated earlier, you can either hook it up this way so it's left in there permanently, or you can unplug this and you'll have to recharge the battery before you go to use it. The battery life on these seems to be about 5 days in standby. So if you're using the generator just to go camping every once in a while, you'd charge up that battery before you went camping and it'd be good for a 5-day camping trip. If you'd prefer that the battery stay charged and capable of running for a lot longer time, then do it this way, and then you'd use this outlet for all your other equipment. If you're using it to charge up the battery and you need 2 outlets, you can always unplug this one temporarily, but just make sure and plug your battery charger in to charge it up every few days so that you don't end up with a dead battery. Okay, start the generator. You move your fuel selector valve to the on position, put the generator in the on position, shut the economy mode off, pull out on the choke. To shut the generator off, you simply push this button and hold it in until the generators come to a complete stop. If you release the button before it comes to a complete stop, it'll rev right back up again. I'm going to do this real quickly because I don't want to fill the room full of carbon monoxide. But at any rate, to start it, let me do that again just to bring out. Generator until the generator stalls. Now remember, if you do release the button before it comes to a complete stop, it will rev up again. So you do have to hold the button in until the generator comes to a complete stop. But other than that, that should just about cover it.